Hello and welcome to this edition of Minstrels on the Block, where we bring you the finest singer-songwriters in the Valley area. Today's special guest is Mr. Marc Kenney. Marc, how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Glad to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
So tell me about yourself. Where were you born?
I was actually born in East Alabama Medical Center, and back when it was Lee County Hospital. And I lived in Beauregard, Alabama until I was about, I don't know, 6th grade, and went to Montgomery, and then Prattville, then New York, and all over the place. My stepdad was in the Air Force, so I went all over the place from there, and then joined the military and went everywhere else.
Very cool. I was just in Prattville recently for the day trip that we shoot. It was we did 4th of July there. It was
cool.
very cool.
Oh
awesome.
yeah, it's grown up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So tell me about your parents. Were they musical at all?
My dad and my mom. My mom used to sing in the church choir. Daddy used to actually direct it out there at Shiloh Baptist Church. And I don't know, man. My daddy played a guitar from the time I was born. And I don't know, I showed him a little something one day. I kept watching his fingers, and I was about 5 years old, and he'd set the guitar down, and I went over and picked it up, and I played my first C chord and didn't even have a clue what I was doing. I just remembered that's where his fingers was at. So I just started and I had a natural rhythm. I don't know what it was. I just was watching him how he moved, and he come in and saw it, and the next thing you know, he sat me down and said, "Here's Sonny James, Young Love, here's Folsom Prison Blues." And he just started just teaching me, you know. So yeah, he was very musically inclined, and he taught me up till Mom and Dad got divorced. I was about 8, and I took formal folk lessons, which I hated. And you know, I wanted to learn some Kiss and you know, that kind of stuff, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Ted Nugent, you know. And Mama wasn't gonna have that. She's very goes to church, religious, straight up. And so I learned real quick how to put Amazing Grace, To the House of the Rising Sun, and finger pick it. So, you know, it kind of worked for me. I mean, 23 different styles of finger picking in about a year. Wow. Learning folk music, and then that's how I taught myself to play rock and roll for a long time.
And that comes in handy too, because if you can, you know, mix the rhythm and the lead, the picking together, that makes for a very
fills up holes, man.
Yeah, very well. Now, as you were coming along, tell me a little bit about. Now, you mentioned a few of them just now. What were some of your early musical influences? What did you grow up listening to?
Early on, man, I didn't like country, but all my friends did for some reason. I had a buddy of mine that could just sing country naturally. So we would get together and we started playing like Guns N' Roses, Patience. He'd do the lows, I'd do the highs. And then we'd turn around and do He Stopped Loving Her Today, and I'd get bored. I was like, hey, can we do something more upbeat? And then by that time, we started a little band, and Alabama had come out. And then I started saying, hey, man, these rock licks are in this stuff right here. You know, let's focus on some upbeat country. So the country rock scene hit, Dwight Yoakam, Fast As You, and stuff like that. So we started really just tearing it up then. You know,
cool.
It was good.
Now, you know, I'm assuming that your dad sitting you down with the guitar kind of got you into wanting to play music. What was the moment? What was the thing that made you decide, hey, I want to do this?
Actually, the first time I ever played a bar, and I was probably about 12 or 13. Daddy took me down to the Marvin Social Club, and there's about 4 older guitar pickers down there. And at the time, man, I was learning the Johnny B. Good licks and all this stuff, and I knew all the old country from him. Right. You know, the Hank Sr. and all that, so I knew all that stuff from him. And he said, just come down here and play with us. I said, okay. So I get down there, and this guy idolized Ike Money. He kind of took me in his own too, and I taught him guitar, and he taught me things about life pretty much that, you know, Dad sometimes forgot about. So, you know, we got along so good. And Ike said, Marcus, if you'll keep teaching me, you know, I'll do what I can for you, you know. So I started playing around like that when I was 12, and I played a place called Railroads that y'all see up here in Opelika now. Railroad had a place over at Flowers Bakery right across the street, and I was about 14, and me and Dusty went in there playing all that Alabama stuff, and all that, you know, just during the day when nobody really was in there. Right. But it, you know, the people that were in there, they loved it. So that was my and I realized real quick, tip money's good sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's when I decided, hey, I might ought to stick with this because I can't go get a regular job yet. You
Yeah,
know? So I'd
that's
make
true.
a little bit of pocket cash doing that. You know, and I just kept learning everything I could learn from every guitar player around. If they said they could play a guitar, I believed them. Hey, come on, show me. You know, I need help.
So you're from pretty young age, pretty well steeped in music and stuff. Now, do you write?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of writing.
So tell me, what got you started writing?
I think I was ticked off at somebody. I think it was a girl. Imagine that. Most of my songs are about heartbreak. Yeah, so I was kind of ticked off at her, and I sat down and wrote it, and I listened to it. You know, I had one of them old cassette tape players that you record, you know,
Yeah.
and I'd sit there and, you know, you got to hit the record and play button at the same time. Then pick it up real quick and start playing. And I sit there and I recorded the whole thing, and it wound up being like Freebird. It was like a 15-minute song of just feelings stuck to music, like poetry. And that's how I started out, man. I started writing poems, putting music to it. You know, when I went through school, I had poetry classes and stuff, so I learned haikus and all that good stuff, and I learned about rhyme schemes and stuff and how to put them together. And I knew, I didn't know enough about songwriting like I do now to chisel one out that would be for radio, but I knew enough I could write a melody and I could put some words to it and make it stick together and make it sound to where, okay, that rhymed.
Yeah.
You know, and didn't need a rhyming dictionary. Well, now I do, but back then I didn't. But that's how it pretty much came around.
So now, you were playing since youth, and then you started writing. And Chick usually comes in here somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So along the way, what has kept you? What has made you realize this is what I want to keep doing? What has made you stick to it?
Just something, I mean, just the feeling of it. You know, like just even when I play somewhere, I play the same whether it's 4 people or 6,000. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna play the same, and I'm gonna talk to them just like me and you's talking. I'm not gonna get up there and shake. I mean, I might be scared. Don't get me wrong. I'll be scared to death. But I know when I sit down, because y'all know I sit on a bar stool because my feet get drunk before my fingers do. So when I get there with that guitar in my hands, I just talk to it and let it talk back, and I feel relaxed, man. And it just keeps me coming back to feed off of that. And the more stuff that I get out there of mine that people know the words to, and when I go to a new gig and this happened at Lance's Pub the other night, I was playing. I said, "What y'all want to hear?" You know, and they hollered the divorce song. Well, that's my song, you know. And I said, "Okay, cool. Y'all want the edited or the unedited version?" Unedited. So there we went. You know. So that's what keeps me going now. I see the reaction when I can play Daddy's song, and I see people tear up, or I play Been There and Done That, and this guy sitting at the bar and tells me about this big, huge cocaine addiction he had, and that song just meant the world to him. And he's tearing, and I said, okay, this is probably what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. You know, I mean, I've tried cutting meat for off and on 30 years, you know, and I'm pretty good with a knife, you know, but when it comes to it, I'm probably better at a guitar than I am a knife. You know. Well,
that's cool though, because the guitar is a phenomenal thing to be really good at. It can take you a long way.
It's therapy for me, man. I don't know about y'all, but it's straight up therapy. You go through something tough, and you can sit down with that thing and play it, and it's all good. You know.
Now, for the question that rattles nations and starts wars and all kinds of stuff. Dun dun dun, drum roll, kettlebells. Elvis or the Beatles?
Elvis.
Elvis, wow.
I lived in Memphis 15 years, man. So
enough said.
It's like over much.
Tell you what, let's check out some of Marc's music, and we'll be right back after this.
This is a song I wrote called "Please Wait." I hear I love you as you walk in out the door. I think the same thing, refuse to say it anymore. I bet it won't be long and you will see you were wrong when you decided to believe me. Yeah. Look out the window as you're pulling down the driveway. Rain is falling, so tears start rolling down my face. Well, I never knew I could feel so blue. What'd you think if I came running back to you? So please wait, didn't mean a thing. Just turn around, yeah, we'll start again. Please wait, I'm broken too. Just hear me say, I still love you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't guess you heard me. So watch a car go down the street. Such a hurry, got to put shoes on my feet. As the sky begins to clear, I face my fears. I need you to keep from drowning in my tears. Please wait, didn't mean a thing. Just turn around, yeah, we'll start again. Please wait, I'm broken too. Hear me say, I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. Please wait. Please wait. I didn't mean a thing. Just turn around, yeah, we'll start again. Please wait. I'm broken too. Just hear me say, well, I still love you. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I still love you. Oh, oh, yeah.
Check this out. This is my future ride.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
All in.
Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
Get cable, phone, and internet for the low bundled price of only $30. Life made better with Cable TV of East Alabama. Call today.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block. Special guest, Marc Kenney. So Marc, tell me a little bit about maybe leading up to and some of your current stuff, what you got going on now.
I got a lot going on, more than I thought I would, real quick, man, thanks to Rusty Wood and you guys helping me out. I hadn't been back in music long. I gave it up for a while to try the married thing, and you know, that I don't know, it hit the wall like a bumblebee off a windshield or something, but I've learned, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so I just set out to get some gigs one night, and I do karaoke too, so I went out to do karaoke, and there's so many karaoke people in town, and you know, I said, well, I play guitar too, and that's when it started going good. So I'm all over here around Auburn and Opelika, the Irish Bread Pub, places like cool. that. Pretty good places. Grover's right here down the street. I'll play over there tonight.
Very cool.
And Grover, he told me plenty of times, man, I'd have you down here 7 nights a week if you'd do it. But I'm the kind, you know, I like to spread it all out and whatnot. So he's got me down there on Tuesdays and Friday nights and then Saturday afternoons on the deck. And man, we have some good times Saturday afternoon because you get all your bikers rolling in. Right, you get people coming to the beach that'll stop in, coming from the beach, stopping in. And I mean, you can get a lot of folks on that thing, you know, and not turn over, but it's pretty cool.
And Grover's is cool. For you don't know, it used to be a putt-putt golf course, and the putt-putt golf things are still out there.
Yeah,
So
but they
it's-
took the clubs from us. They got ticked off because we were teeing off out there. And, you know, it's not cool when you got windows around and stuff. And
Lots of beer and golf clubs, just for some reason.
yeah, it didn't really work out for us. We do use horseshoes though. And we got the old sacks you throw at the hole in the board now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we've moved up a little bit. You know, we put that on the green.
Cool.
So it's cool. And then I'm playing at Buck Wild sometimes on Wednesday night. Cool. Well, every Wednesday night I do karaoke up there. Right. And then I'll break the guitar out. And I had Scotty McRae and Ben Braswell, who have actually played with Jamie Johnson up there this last Wednesday, and they come out and jam with me. And I was, cool. You know, that's pretty fun, you know, see people from, you know, out of town come in and stuff. And Keith Stewart's one of my good friends, and he come out to Chris Chaos's club on a whim last night. And anytime I get another player up there, I can really play lead guitar, which is what I love to do. Right. And if you're by yourself, you're kind of doing alternate lead and rhythm together. But I love playing, and I love playing with different people because you get so many different styles involved, and you can actually learn something. You teach an old dog new tricks sometimes. So, you know, I love it. I really do. I've got a talent show coming up with Chaos on the Rocks. It's going to be pretty big. I'm giving away $1,000 cash, and that's the one that kind of perks up people's attention. And Chris, well, I'm also going to help whoever wins it, the songwriter in me. I want to take a person that used to be like me that says, I got all these words and these lyrics and I got this title, but I don't know how to write and I can't play an instrument. I want to take that person and just pull it right out of their head and sit them down and teach them how to write a hook. You know, come up with a hook, come up with a rhyme scheme, come up with a bridge, set it up right. You know, these are things Ralph Murphy, Vice President of ASCAP in Nashville, taught me years ago. And, you know, take that person, get that song wrote, take it to the band in Atlanta, let them fix it on up, let them record it with my band. Then when they get it recorded, they're going to be able to copyright it in their name. Gotcha. You know, I'm going to be on it, of course, and whoever writes the music will be on it also, but we're going to let them be, you know, it'll be their song, you know, and they can shop it on iTunes when they're done, whatever they want to do, give it to the homeless, whatever they want to do, you know. And I want to take a person and do that with them, and then when my band comes down to Chaos on the Rocks and plays, they're going to get up there with us and do that song, you know. So that's my part of it. And then Chris is giving away a guitar signed by Slash. And of course, that's one of my biggest idols is Slash. I mean, he's a rock and roll guitar player, man, but he plays country scales, and it's awesome. And mixes it. I mean, people don't realize that, but I mean, most of his stuff, it's Mixolydian a lot, but he throws in those straight up pentatonics sometimes and stuff, and drops them, you know, a few frets back to make it sound more country. And I mean, it works. And he's one of my biggest influences. Him and Stevie Ray Vaughan, two of my biggest ones. But yeah, this contest is going to be big because Chris is giving away 2 Luke Bryan tickets, meet and greet backstage. He's playing in the field down there, I believe, where the Marvin Social Club used to be, where I started out. So that's awesome. Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a redneck party down there that night. So yeah, that's the main stuff I got going on right now.
Chances of winning $1,000, built-in band, write your own song, Chaos on the Rocks, Thursday nights with this guy.
That's it.
Now, tell me a little bit about how you feel that your music or your songwriting has changed from your early days to now. How's it progressed?
I can thank Ralph Murphy for that. First time I went to Nashville, I had a wife at the time. Everybody knows me. They know she's in my phone as Satan. But she is really, she is one of these kind of people that can get through a brick wall if she wanted to. And she got me in there to meet Ralph. And he took my CD, the first one it had Daddy's song on it too, and he actually liked that. But he took it and he just thumbed through that thing, listened about the first maybe 13, 15 seconds of it. He said, "You want this back?" I said, "No, you can have it." And he threw it in the trash can right next to the desk. He said, "I don't need no more of these things." I said, "Whoa." And you tell him about an ego check, brother. That just I said, "God, dog," you know. So he threw it in the trash. He said, I got an idea for you." He said, "You want to write for your girlfriend and your mom and daddy, or you want to write for the radio?" I said, "I want to write for the radio." He said, "Here's Murphy's Laws." He printed them out and handed them to me, and it's a thing. It's online right now, ASCAP.com or .org, and you can download it. And it's probably about that thick now.
Wow.
Ins and outs of songwriting. He told me to go get a book, 88 Songwriting Wrongs and How to Write Them, you know, RIGHT, how to write them.
Yeah.
So I used that book. I got in Memphis Songwriters Association with Charlotte Babb and a few people over there, and then Keith Sykes got hooked up with me somehow through Ralph, and he told me a few things. He didn't help me a whole lot, but he did tell me what not to do. So first thing I learned not to do was piss people off. You know?
Yeah, that helps.
You know, so that's why nowadays when I'm writing, I take all these things that hit that trash can, and I remember that. And now, if I've got something personal going on in my life and I want to write about it, I keep it general enough that the general public can relate to it.
Yeah.
You know, I've got one called, I'm writing right now, and it's been copyrighted before, and I'm just redoing it. It's called My Woman and My Whiskey Just Don't Seem to Mix. And if that ain't a true story, you know, anyway. So
So what, just like a stab in this thing, name off two things that are Murphy's Laws.
Murphy's Laws, do not switch pronouns in the middle of the song. If you start out you, keep it you. Don't go to she, because you got two women. And we all know what happens when you got two women.
Explosion.
That's one of the biggest ones, I think, that's messed up. And the other one is I think musically in the composition, when you're looking back at it, make sure when you're writing your melodies and stuff that it fits the type of song you're writing. You know, don't throw something in there about whiskey, beer, coolers, and bikinis in a slow song. It's not going to work. You know, that's a party song. If it's going to be party, make it party and throw a good guitar lick in it and a heavy kick drum, and you got it. But if you try to write like that, man, it's going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. So tell me a little bit about you know, you have your teachers or your people who are guiding you when you're young, and where will you be in 20 years? So let's trim it down a little bit. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your goals?
My goal is to either get a record deal, and I'm 43 years old, so I don't hold my breath for it. But if it happens and somebody is crazy enough to do that, hey man, I'm all for trying it, you know.
Yeah.
Or sell something.
Yeah,
you know, I would love to sell a song. You know, I was pretty close to Matchbox 20, and they broke up, and I got it. It's called Please Wait. I got the title off a gas pump, and every time you look at a computer now, it says Please Wait. And so, you know, I really think if I get it on iTunes here pretty soon, it might do something. I'm going to stick it on Reverb Nation and get them to critique it first and see how that goes before I do anything with it, though.
Very cool. Now, let's just say you're walking around the house. Time for the list, by the way. Let's just say you're walking around the house on Sunday afternoon or whatever day you happen to walk around the house. What are you most likely to be listening to on your wax cylinder, Victrola, 45, 33, 78, 8-track, cassette, CD, or otherwise MP3 delivering device?
Oh, anything, man. I'm a big Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, so I play a lot of that stuff on electric guitar, and I've figured out how to transpose it to acoustic now and fill in the holes. I played Voodoo Child Unplugged last night, just to give you an idea. Pride and Joy, everybody knows I play that one, and I'll run the neck on it pretty decent without losing the thing. But I've learned over the years of playing, being a solo musician, when I was a kid in Beauregard, Alabama, it's kind of hard to put a band together out there. So you're by yourself when you're sitting under the apple tree trying to pick one out, and you got to have a beat, hit the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, hit the guitar and strum and beat the fire out of it, you know, and people love that live, man. They see something they don't see on, you know, TV. And TV, it's a fine-tuned machine.
Yeah.
You know, and you got 9 people doing a song that 1 or 2 people put together under an apple tree. So you're gonna see something you don't normally see when you go to a live show like that. You know, but that's the main gist of it, I think.
Very cool. I'll tell you what, let's listen to some more of Mark, and we'll be right back after this.
This next song I'm gonna do is called the Divorce Song. I originally called it You Ain't Never Coming Home, but the copyright office wouldn't have that. So I named it what everybody from Grover's in Phoenix City to in Atlanta and places in Nashville. They call it the divorce song, so here it is. This one goes out to my ex-wife, all three of them.
Working overtime again. Guess you found a new friend that's trying on my shoes. That's a guess, I guess you feel you're nothing to lose. Well, I could be right. Well, I could be wrong, yeah. Oh, but right or wrong, you've been gone too long. You ain't never coming home. Walked into a bedroom just to pack up all your clothes. To my surprise, all I found was your torn up pantyhose. Took all of your jewelry, but you let your wedding band. Guess you won't be needing it no more when you're out with your new man. And I could be right. Well, I could be wrong, yeah. Oh, but right or wrong, you've been gone too long. You ain't never coming home. Guess you really meant it when you finally said we're through. And I guess I can't get one more chance, cause he has taken you. And I could be right. Well, I could be wrong, yeah. Oh, but right or wrong, you've been gone too long. You ain't never coming home. Oh, but right or wrong, you've been gone too long. You ain't never coming home. You ain't never coming home, baby. Get the H out. Don't let that door hit you in the pretty little butt either.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block. Special guest Marc Kenney. And this is the part of the show where we pimp stuff. This is the shameless self-promotion section of the show. So Marc, what, and you know, we've mentioned some things earlier on the show, but what do you have? Let's get it all in one box so everybody can pick it out easy. What are all the things that you have you want everybody to know about?
I've got an album called South of Hell. It's a CD. It's pretty much a songwriter kind of thing. It's mostly acoustic. Just me on it. It's just a raw vocal, no backing vocal, so you can really hear the song, how it's put together. There's 3 tracks on there with a whole band. They're not really a whole band. The divorce song's been redone by me and J.B. Neiman out of Atlanta, one of my lead guitar players out of my band. And he laid the drum track, the bass track, the rhythm track. I did the acoustic track and scratch vocal on it. And then the song Mess in Progress is from an old band I had over in Atlanta with my brother-in-law playing bass, who is phenomenal. And it's more of a Kid Rock style on that one. It's got the whiskey, the moonshine, all that in it. And the other one is Please Wait, and I done it all by myself, played every instrument on it, and actually recorded it myself in my bedroom of all places. And that one's, you know, that one I really like. But that's the main thing I want people to know. I've got it up on Reverb Nation right now, and just go to reverbnation.com/Marc Kenney, MarcKenney, and you can hear all that stuff on there.
Very cool. Where can people come out and find you in the near future?
I'm playing Grover's Place on Tuesday and Friday nights from 7 to whenever. So if you're out there and it's 11 o'clock and I'm supposed to quit, I probably won't. I'll just keep right on going. And then Saturday afternoons, I'm over there on the deck from 2 to 6. Wednesday night, I'm always at Buck Wild Saloon. I'm doing karaoke and playing, so you get to actually, if you want to get up there with me while I got the guitar out, come on, you know. Then on Saturday night, I'm at the Moose Lodge over there. After I'd get done with Grover's, I get a whole hour to break down and get over there and set up at 7 to play. And then from 11, I'll quit at 11 over there because I'm going to Chaos on the Rocks on Saturday nights after that to promote the talent show on Thursday.
Right.
So every Thursday, you're going to see a talent show that's just out of this world because I'm letting people really do karaoke for a talent show, but I'm not letting them use a TV. So they got to come out to the rest of the places to practice, and they've got to use the stuff I've got, and that's the catch to it. So no TV. I want to see them pull the crowd up to the stage and rock them out. It's a $20 entry fee for a shot at the $1,000 and all the other prizes we talked about. $20, I don't, think that's too bad. And we're doing like an American Idol kind of thing where you bring your friends, but we're not going to do this off crowd applause like a lot of people do. We're giving you a voting card. So each person gets a voting card. Yes, it costs me money, so I'm going to charge $5 for a voting card. Right. But you bring as many friends as you want to bring to vote for you because that's 1/3 of your vote. Right. The other 2 is vocal ability and stage presence. I want to see you work that crowd like a rock star. That's what I want.
Very cool. Thursday nights, shoot for your $1,000. Now, a couple of questions I like to ask on the way out of the show, and one is, what is your personal take or your professional take or both on the local music scene?
I wish that more musicians and bands would unite to do benefits together, big things, scratch each other's back. Hey man, Keith Stewart, that's how I got over at Max's. He called me, I'd played there before, and Matt Parker, he goes out of his way to when I'm there, covers everything for me and everything. And Max has always been good to me. But he called me one night and he saw on Facebook I had a Friday night off, which is odd, very odd, that I had it off and I was going to spend time with Mom, And we had spent all day together, and he just called me and said, hey, man, I got a double booking. Can you help me out? And I said, what do you need? He said, I need you at Max's. I said, I'm there, dude. And if more people would be like that, we could get everybody in every venue. There's no gaps. And, kind of a union thing, man. So when you got a benefit, you can post to one group. For local musicians. We got a benefit for this guy with spinal cancer or whatever. Yeah. And get it out there, man, and get them bands down there to help raise that money with their crowd, pulling people in there and help it that way. That's what I want to see Columbus and Phoenix City do more than anything. And I wish that I could get people from Auburn this way. Yeah. Blaine Rudd's been out here a few times, and people like that are real good friends of mine to get in on it too. Because if everybody helps each other out, maybe Columbus and Phoenix City make a big enough noise to get the big boys' attention,
Good point. And Rusty's been working on some of that, with some groups on Facebook trying to get some gel going. Yeah. So, what you just said actually answered my second question. Now for the third question. What advice, is someone sitting out there on the couch with a guitar in their lap, hadn't gone out and played yet, maybe they're just coming along, maybe they've been doing it for a while or whatever, but aspiring artists watching the show, what advice would you give to aspiring artists?
For everybody that tells you you suck, there's probably 2 or 3 people that enjoy you. So don't let that one person tell you that you suck just because the kind of music you listen to, don't let them steer you, man. Just grab it and go. Find your people, find your crowd. Get out there on Facebook. Man, you got social media now. you can use, which is what I've done. And back when I was growing up, you didn't have that option. Yeah. You know, you barely had MTV back then. Yeah. You know, and CMT wasn't even heard of yet. Yeah. So I mean, you're really dependent on the club owners to push you, which is a bad idea. I love my club owners and all, but they got their hands full with their own promotions too, and you're not the top of the list a lot of times. So you have to go into a self-promotional phase where you reach out to every social media you can get that's free, man. Take advantage of it. Facebook, Twitter, Reverb Nation, you know, all these things. Even Instagram will help you out. And if y'all will look at my Facebook page, you'll see I like anything. It don't matter what I could care less. There's some stuff on there I probably shouldn't like. But you know what? They see my name. Yeah. They see my name, and I get people all the time that come in, just like Chaos on the Rocks last night. A guy comes in, man, I've heard of you from somewhere. You know, hey, well, there's no idea. It could have been on the Tractor Supply page. It could, you know, it could have been on a models page. It could be on a photography page. You know, whatever. I don't know, but I know one thing. I'm gonna keep getting my name out there as long as I can for free, till somebody says, hey, man, I'm gonna put some money behind you. You know?
No such thing as bad publicity.
Right. Sometimes bad publicity helps you. If y'all remember, I posted a thing on Facebook not too long ago. I was down there playing at Lake Hardin, just on the dock one day, Mother's Day, and I was just sitting there picking, and all of a sudden these cops come up. They thought I was playing for money, and I wasn't. I was just down there playing, man, and they come up acting pretty much retarded about the whole situation. I said, it's okay, man. I'll go to the Moose Lodge and make $100. Appreciate you. You know, by the way, I'll be in concert over here in Phoenix City, May such and such. Oh, that's your poster. Yeah, that's me. Appreciate you though. Can I get tickets for it? Sure, right there at the door, man. $5. You know, thank you very much. You know,
way to handle it too. Awesome.
I mean, you got to do it that way. If you don't, and you let them run you over like that. And I wasn't hurting a thing, but when I posted on Facebook, everybody was like, "Yeah, even my cop buddies." Yeah, you know. So. Yeah, it worked. Sometimes it works for the best, man. Even negative stuff, it'll work for the best.
You can turn anything around.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks, Brian.
Marc Kenney, everybody. I'm your host, Brian Mallard. This is Minstrels on the Block, where we bring you the finest singer-songwriters in the Valley area. Hope to see you next time, only on CTV EA.
Anybody that knows me or want to know anything about me, this next song is real special. It's called Been There and Done That. Every line in it's true. So if you can relate, then you've been there and done that. You know the whiskey seems to poison my mind, and the cocaine has got me down my last dime. And no matter what I do, I can't help but think of you. But I've been there and done that for the last time. I found myself on a roadside in late November. 3-day binge had left me almost dead. I wasn't trying to kill myself, still I wondered, what's it gonna take to get you out of my head? You know the whiskey seems to poison my mind, and the cocaine has got me down to my last dime. And no matter what I do, I can't help but think of you. But I've been there and done it for the last time. Well, I've been clean for 183 days. Have come between us as your memory fades away, and through it all I found my God above.
He's turning me into someone that I can love. You know the whiskey seemed to poison my mind, and the cocaine, it had me down to my last dime. And no matter what I've done, I found forgiveness in the sun. And I've been there and done that for the first time. For the